Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo and welcome to the very first ephemera video for the Edith Holden series. So these are pockets made from junk mail envelopes and we're going to fancy them up. I first saw these on Tanya from Tatty Treasure's channel, but they were actually from the DD Farago 3 in 15 challenge that she did last year. But I thought it was just a fun way of using up junk mail envelopes to make a fun pocket. So I thought I would show you my take on them and do these together with you. So basically we have a junk mail envelope with a window. And we cut down to size, which I've done, what, across? I think it was, yeah, just shy of 4 inches across. And the idea is that you fold up the bottom of the envelope, like so. And then we want this part, we can fold it back like so, and then we know that we want to chop this bit off. So if I do that, as I say, this isn't a tutorial, this is a very much craft with me. If you want to see how it's really done, then, you know, check out the original videos, which I will link below. Okay, so if we chop off that triangle, what you get left with is something like this. And then we have a pocket here, and also this can be a pocket. And of course we need to, you know, cover up the junk mail stuff and fancy it up a bit. So that's the sort of the general pocket. I'm not doing it in 3 and 15 minutes because, gosh, the pressure. But I did want to give a go the actual, some of the ephemera in this series. So this is going to be my leafy botanical one. And then I've also got these two, which I've put in some more, you know, fresher images. And these two, I'm going to do something slightly differently, but we'll focus on this one first, I think. So what are we doing? I want to cover up the text that, you know, from the envelope. I'm going to use music sheet to do it because I think it's the easiest thing to work with when you just want to have something pretty, but not have it, yeah, you don't want to worry about any text, like what text it is and stuff. So I think I don't want any text on this, so I'm just going to tear this down a tad. You might use some washi tapes. I've also got my fussy cuts from the books as well, so we'll just see what we can come up with today. Okay, so let's have it about like so. So you only see a piece of that music sheet anyway. So I'm just going to quickly ink it. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you'll find some inspiration in these videos. I'm just going to glue it with the glue stick, just because I think it will be easiest, and it's only paper on paper. So let's get that in. So yeah, I will, this is the one from the series, you know, the original tutorial, but I am going to do a slight spin on this as well, just for a bit of variation and, you know, to test the waters a bit. So we've got that, and I'm wondering if we could have something else to join it. I'm thinking just a little bit of textbook page. So I just had to get out my scraps. So I've got this piece which I'm going to pop in. I've already inked it, so let's just take that off. I just suddenly thought keep it as much as Edith Holden as possible, really. It's just to give a bit of interest next to the window. It's, you know, and obviously we're covering up the junk mail stamping. So I'm happy with that. I just want a little bit more of my stenciling because obviously we've covered some of it up, so I just want to pop some more in. It was me putting everything back in my desk and actually wanting it again. Let's do this then. So I'm using the walnut stain with the more sort of botanical type ones, and then I'm going to use Vintage Photo for a slightly softer feel for the other two. So I am changing it up a bit as best I can anyway. Okie dokie, so we've got that. Now, where are my scissors? I'm doing my usual, I'm piling up everything next to me. But I'll do my best. So I just want to, I don't want to see any of the security part of the envelope. So that's that. So I think we're ready now to glue this up. So we're going to glue the two sides along here, down here. Oops. This will actually be quite a deep pocket, won't it? And here. So we're going to glue this together. Again, I'll sort out the security envelope showing in a second. So then you end up with a pocket in the front, like so. Yeah, I want to cut the envelope down a little bit, but I'll do that after. Okay, and then I thought we would have some Edith Holden text along the bottom. Ideally, I think I want to use her typical handwriting. And because this is the more botanical one, I'm going to use one of the sheets at the back of the book where she writes all of the plant names and things. I think I want that. So I'm going to use the Kalal, and I'm just going to put some glue down here. I think all my glues have gone on strike over the weekend. Okay, there we go. Alright, like so. I'm not putting a huge amount on, just enough to grab it. I can always put some more glue on, you know, go in the edges. And we want to be the right way up. Oh no, I'm confusing myself. Like so. I'm just going to try to centralize it. Okay, and then I'm going to just cut around this. I'm sure there are much better and easier ways to do this. It's just what I'm going with. Sorry, the absolute concentration it takes for me to be able to cut a straight line. My primary school teachers will be turning in their be wondering what on earth if they ever saw these videos, wouldn't they? Okay, so we have that. I do need to do some inking around, but I'm pretty happy with that. So basically you get the pocket in the front here, and then we're going to glue the two sides of the actual envelope, and then so you get another pocket behind it. So I think I want to have a thumb notch in the front, just to show that it is actually a little tuck space or pocket in the front there. So is it going to look really strange? I suppose it is, isn't it? Maybe that's why they weren't doing it. Oh, I suppose that's why they weren't having the thumb notch. I suddenly thought if you did it like normal, it would be at a funny slanty edge. So I suppose that's why no one was putting the... Yeah, I suppose that's right. Ignore that. No thumb notch on this one. Okay, what are we doing next? So I do need to do some inking around. But essentially that is the pocket. Once obviously I've done that up. So if I just ink this edge, then I could get it glued down, can't I? And we'll do the decorating up together after. So let's glue this. So then we want to glue these two sides. There's quite a lot of space to play with in these pockets, which is a good thing, obviously. So we'll have this. Like it. Wonderful. And then, yeah, for the inside I've got this, which I'll turn into a journal card. I was just putting it in there because it helps me to visualize the whole project, and so that I don't end up over embellishing the rest of it. So that is essentially the pocket. So we've got the tuck in the front, and then we've got the bigger pocket once my glue is dry in the back just there, and then obviously there's a pocket in the side, or wherever you pull the card from. I haven't quite decided on that yet. And then the whole thing could be a tuck or a side pocket. Amazing. All right, so let's get the others to the same standard then. So these, I want to do one with a slight variation on it, just to change things up a bit. So I was thinking, so the original tutorial, obviously you fold up this, you fold this back and cut it off. I was wondering if you were to fold it down like so, could you turn this triangle into a tuck spot? That's what I was thinking. So let's try that. So I want to do some more Edith Holden text at the bottom. I don't know if this will be quite right, but let's just see if it will fit. Oh, it's a bit too small. Oh no, it's not. If we, yeah. I suppose it would be at a slanting angle, which I probably don't want. Let's just see. No, it's too small. Okay, let's get another piece. This one I don't mind what the text is, so let's just grab something. That's a nice one. Want one with lots of text because I really like handwriting. Okay, so for this one I'm going to come in with the glue here, and again, oh dear me. If it's not a clogged glue, it's a glue coming out everywhere glue. Oh goodness. Okay, and then this one, if I just tear into it, and then again, I don't want it to be cogs are whirring. I'm just going to go for it. All of the scraps will get used in this project, so I'm not worried about creating scraps. So that's just that glued down there. So then if we cut around the pocket, I hope I'm being clear what I'm doing. It's not a tutorial, this is very much just I'm just trying a few things out and hoping that it works out. But obviously I will do my best for you. Okay. I tea-dyed all of these envelopes because I didn't want bright white and I didn't want to have to cover the whole envelope, you see. And then if we fold that part over that I mentioned about, so that we know where to cut the text. So we want to cut this piece off. Like that. Just do a little bit of neatening up there. Oops. Okay, let's just see. I've cut that a little bit too short, but if I bring that over, there we go. I have that there instead. Cool, that's what I'm thinking. And then we have this be some scrapbook paper. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this one from my latest Hobbycraft haul. So we want that along this. Again, try not to spew the spew the glue out everywhere, goodness me. Okay, and then again we want to make sure I'm doing it the right way, which should be the other way. soon as I turn things upside down, I get so confused, I have to tell you. Okay, so we would have that. Okay, and then if I cut that off, how best to do that then? Yeah, if I cut along there first. And along there. I'm sure there are easier ways, and if you were to measure, you'd probably be a lot quicker. But yeah, I absolutely refuse to measure. And then we want to cut along here. Again, all of these scraps will get used, so I'm not worried about all of that. Okay. Love it, okay. So we would have this, yes, for the right way up. Brilliant. So let's see how we would look with this particular card inside. She says. Yeah, I like that. I'm just trying to decide whether to put any music sheet where I've got the stenciling, you know, along here. But I don't think I want to. I haven't got any, you know, junk mail envelope stamping to cover. And I quite like the tea dyed effect with it, actually. So I'm thinking I won't. Right, so I want to get the third one to the same standard as that, but I will pause whilst I do that because I don't want to take up too much time. So just as a reminder, this is how, so we've got this one with just the tuck is there. This one is folded down. So we want to add some glue along this edge, and then this would be a tuck. So if I just pause and sort out my cutting. Okay, I think to stop bulk as well, I think I'm going to take off this part of the triangle. So if we come in here, like that, yeah, and then just cut this part off, I think it would just save a little bit of the bulk. And then we can still have the decorative scrapbook paper folding over, like so. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna tidy up my trimming. I'll probably just use the trimmer to do it, and then I'll do the inking, and then we'll be in a position where we can glue that down. Okay, so I finished all of my trimming and did some inking. So obviously we've already stuck this one down as a pocket, so that one's ready for decorating. But I wanted to show you these. So same as before with this one, we're going to glue up the two edges of the actual envelope part, just here. Oops. Doing my usual, I'm getting glue on the desk. Okay, so we're going to fold this up just like that. So we get a tuck spot in the back, just here. And then we're going to, and then we're going to glue this edge just here. I'm giving it quite a thick line because, you know, it's quite a big tuck. And then that comes there, like so. And then what you end up with, and for want of a better thing to demonstrate, you end up with a tuck, oops, just in the side, just here, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that it was clear enough. So again, we'll do the same thing. So we want to come in with our glue on the two sides, like so. Oops. Just take that out, make sure I don't, because I tea dyed my envelopes, I had to really bone folder them down, because they kept wanting to, you know, come out of position. Okay, need some more bone foldering on this one actually. It's the only trouble with tea dye, and as much as I love the outcome, you know, to get rid of that stark whiteness, you do end up getting some funny shapes going on with your papers, but no matter. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Now this one I was silly with my scissors and I chopped through a bit of that, but it's okay because we are going to have some pretty lace along there. Oops, I haven't glued that particularly straight. That seems to be the theme of today, is my straightness is completely off. As I say, I think this one wants just a bit of extra manoeuvring and possibly a bit of extra trimming. Oh, that's better. I think I'm just going to trim it with my guillotine, so I'll just be 2 secs. Okay, so we're ready to start decorating now. What I do need to say is currently I've got both sides of my envelope open because I'm still not sure which side I want the cards to slide in and out of. Whichever side I decide to go with, I will put a tab on the actual card and then obviously glue one side of the envelope shut. You could also do it as a top loader if you wanted. I just wanted more space for the picture, so I thought a side one would be best. Okay, so I want to start by putting some trims along the pocket. So I have got this, it was bright white, but it didn't quite go with the creaminess of Edith, so I've just gone over it with my Distress ink on the actual lace just to tone it down a little bit. So I'm going to come along the edge here. I hope that I didn't make the pocket look too complicated. I feel like I might have made it look a bit complicated. But it's just one of those things, it's just a different fold of the envelope to give you that tuck space. So I hope it was clear enough. I'm sorry if it wasn't, but I'm hoping you'll be able to, you know, essentially all I was doing was, you know, folding my envelope in the same way as the tutorial, which is linked below because it's you want to follow her rather than myself. And yeah, I was doing that initially, so I knew what the folds were. And then I just simply thought, well, what if you folded this flap the other way? Could you then have a little tuck space? So it's just a bit of, you know, trial and error with figuring out how you want to just fold paper and fold envelopes in just a slightly different way from what other people might do. If you're interested in, you know, changing things up. Of course, I'm just going to add a little bit more glue. But my glues do not want to play ball. There we go. Okay, fab. I'm really liking these. A great way to use your envelopes, which I've been saving up because I mean I can make various things with envelopes, but I thought, well, I'm best saving them all up, so I know exactly what I'm doing with them and stuff. Just waiting for the right project, really. Quite like that on both, actually. Yes, I do. I'll do this one first. Okay, so this one I'm going to come along similar to that. I did wonder whether to put more trim along here, but I've decided not to. Thinking about it in hindsight, what you might want to do, and what I'll probably do next time I make these, is you might want to round that corner just there before sticking it down, because that harshness you might not like. You might prefer a rounded corner there. It's too late for me, but won't be too late for you if you do, you know, prefer that. Just another thing to think about, really. Okay. There we go. The sun has decided to come out, which is amazing. So that's that. I don't know if I want to cut some of this trim down, so it does hang down a little bit. Don't know if I want to, I don't know. I'll come back to that, I'll have a think. And then we've got this one, which I could use some of this pink ribbon, or I've got some more of this distressed one. Let's just see. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. As always, I might have to edit the video down a little bit because I always find that I feel very slow. But it's just because, you know, this is trying something new, isn't it? So we're always going to be a little bit slow on our first go at something, I think. Or at least I am anyway. Yeah, as I say, these are not tutorials, this series. It's very much me, you know, following videos that are new to me, like projects that are new to myself. And then where I feel like I want to change things up just to try, I will do that. But it does mean that a lot of the videos are more sort of craft with me style videos. But more than anything, I just hope that it gives you some inspiration to try new things and, you know, just have a go. You know, we don't all get it right completely first time. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. We shouldn't be expected to get it right the first time. So, you know, I don't want anyone to have a fear of trying, basically, because all of this is new to me. But, you know, at the end of the day, we learn through just giving things a go, really, and just trying out and just reiterating until we get what we do really, really love, and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm an advocate for trying. You know, done is better than perfect. If you can say you gave it a go, then that's all that you want, really. Okay, so we've got those, which I'm liking so far. I am still completing whether to chop some of this excess trim off. I'm just going to give it a go. As I say, I'm an advocate for just trying, so I just want to see whether that might look, yeah, I think that's probably a bit better, isn't it? So should I do the same on this side? Yeah. I think just where it's you know, a pointy edge, I think it just probably looks a little bit better. Okay, I'm just going to do the, oops, same on this one. Like so. And this one I did a more pointy corner, so hoping this will still look nice. But we can always cover it up if we don't like it, can't we? Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Looks a little bit less top heavy now. So yeah, just something to bear in mind if you're going to add your lace is, you know, how much lace do you actually want to have going across because of the pointiness. But yeah, I really like those, loving them. Right, shall we actually decorate? As I say, if I need to edit the video, then I will, because I'd rather you see the whole process as best I can, or at least the interesting bits. So I've got various fussy cuts that I've cut from the books. I don't want to overdo it, because I am very, very guilty of overdoing things. So as I say, I want these to be more fresh, feminine, this one more botanical. So, you know, when I'm looking for things, I am looking for sort of greenery. We have some of this blossom, which I quite like just tucked under there, maybe. What do we think to that? And then I'm wondering whether to just get out my Tracy Fox labels. So as I say, these are tucks here, so I don't want anything there. So I think I'm going to keep those very simple. This one can obviously have a little bit more on it. So I'm just going to see if I can find a good label. So I'm just going to rifle through. Okay, so I've gone for this label. So now it's just a case of me obviously gluing these down. Oops. So yeah, that's essentially it. Obviously I need to back the journal cards that are in the windows, round the corners and all that, but I'll do that off camera, because that's just, yeah, I'll just back them with some plain writing space. And I need to find something for these little tuck spots in the front. I'm just trying to think what I would put in them. I've got things from, if you remember from the intro video, I showed the kits that I was working with. I'm thinking in the kit from Rach and Bella Crafts, she did these little there were these little cards. So I'm wondering whether one of those might go well in there, because obviously they are only little. And then for these two, obviously I'm keeping it simple with the butterflies, because these won't go in the same end project. They will be different. I just thought that was nice and simple. And then for this one, I've just found from where I got the fussy cut from. This is the peacock butterfly. So I just have torn that out, because again there's like a little space down here. So I'm thinking if I move that over a bit. Just have something like that in the corner there. And then this one, again, we're using the same butterfly. These would all be from, I think these are from like the Butterfly Garden books, those sorts of ones. And I'm just trying to position the butterfly because I just want to hide that stark edge a little bit. You know where I said you might want to think about rounding the corners? That's sort of why I'm putting the butterfly there, is partly so it doesn't get in the way of the tuck spot, but also, yeah, just to hide the fact that it's not rounded. I think if the corners were rounded, I wouldn't worry so much about hiding them. I just thought they looked a little bit too jaggedy, you know. And then I've got this label from a Tracy Fox label. I'm just popping that in there, just because I felt like it needed a break from, as much as I love her writing, I felt like it needed a little bit of a break, a little bit of extra interest in the corner just there. And that's those. So I don't know what I'm going to put in the big pockets just yet, but if I remind you of, I'm just going to find something for these little tucks, because I just want to give you an idea of the sort of size. Here's what I was looking for. I thought just one of these would be quite a nice little thing, so I'm just going to choose a couple and cut them out. Okay, so I've got these two, and then, yeah, just a case of tucking those in there, like so. I might change up what I put in those pockets, but equally you could put them in that way as well. Don't get quite as much space, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Just to change it up a bit, I think. You know, just have a little something in there. I might change what I put in the pockets, but it's really just to show that there is a tuck spot just there. And obviously these are just paper, so I'll back those with something. So yeah, now I just need to decide which side I want to close up the envelopes, and I'll just glue one side. And then obviously when I come to use the cards, I'll put a tab on them. So yeah, those are those. I'm really happy with them. I hope the video wasn't too hit and miss. I do feel like maybe it was a little bit scatty. It was just because I wanted to try them And I thought, you know, I might as well show you them in the process as well, in case you want to give it a go. As I mentioned, I will link the original video down below so that you can see how it's supposed to be done. But yeah, I'm really pretty happy with how those are going to look. And you know, it's a different type of a pocket, and obviously on these two we've just got that little tuck spot just there. So yeah, I think I might want something landscape for in there, in hindsight. Something more like, oh, I've cut through that. Oh. I have to fix that up. Yeah, something more like that maybe. But I have to find the right thing. I just really wanted to show you that it was a little tuck spot in there. And then we have this one as well. So yeah, I think I definitely want something to go that way. Maybe like I don't know, like a tea card or a stamp or something. I'm not sure yet, but I will find something, and you'll see these in a future project. So as always, thanks so much for joining me for the video. I really am sorry if it was a bit hit and miss, but I hope that you like them, and I hope that you will consider giving these a try. I promise you they are easier than what I made it look. It's just that I get confused when I turn things upside down and left and right and all the rest of it, but that's me. So as always, thanks so much, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.